What's up, guys? We're heading to Virginia Beach. We have about 140 miles to go, and the GPS says that's going to take us about 3 hours. So here we go. Alright, so here we are. I think we just passed, or we're in this town, Hampton. GPS gives us 30 miles to go, but still says it's going to take us an hour. We're in this traffic. It stretches 3 miles. I think we're probably about a mile from the end of it, which there's a tunnel, and I'm assuming that's the cause. And I think this is pretty standard for a Friday evening in the summertime, so we're getting there. Alright, well, we finally made it through that tunnel. I think it cost us about 30 minutes sitting in that traffic, but about 25 miles to go, so we should be there soon. Holiday Travel Park for campers across America. Golf cart and duck crossing, share the road. Guess they got bikes. Can I go straight?
That's where you would.
Oh, is that a photo op?
Yeah.
We got get some photos in a little bit. Ooh, we got several photo ops. This looks nice. It's like woodsy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's all flooded out. Ground soaked. Welcome to the Holiday Travel Park. All persons must register to... All right, we're here. And I guess the third time was the charm. So the first spot that we went to had a bunch of roots all over it, and it was all muddy, and people that were in the spot next to it had their cars parked in the spot. So we didn't like that. So we went and asked for another one. They had one close by to the first one. We went to try to park there, and there was someone tent camping on that site. So went back a third time, and I think we got a good one. She's parked. We're on a hitch, so we're gonna get everything set up now. All right, we're here now and we're all set up. So it was sort of an ordeal getting here. Like, it was beautiful weather the whole drive down, about 20 miles, you know, away from our destination. We could see the clouds in the distance and we knew it was raining where we're heading. And then there was lightning, so there were T-storms. Now luckily they did end and it was clearing up as we were pulling in, but the campground was a swamp, flooded out swamp. Then we had to deal with the third time's a charm finding a site, but we're here. And then you know, we unhooked and got everything set up, plugged in, and come to find out, you know, the lights weren't working. And I still don't know why the lights inside aren't working. I'll have to look into that. I'll worry about that later. But at first I was worried that we had no power, but we plugged a fan into the outlet, and you know, we do have power. So I thought for sure we were gonna be moving to a fourth spot, but you know, we're good. We have enough lights, so that'll keep us going. So we're here. We're gonna start relaxing. You know, maybe we're gonna go swim. This place has 4 pools. It's 8:30 now. They're up until 10, so we might just go cool down a little bit, but we made it. What? Hey, good morning guys, it's Steve. It's Saturday morning here, and this is our big day. You know, we got today and then tomorrow we head home, so we plan to do some good stuff. It's a little after 7. I woke up and had a shower, slept great. You know, that bed worked out nice. You know, went to bed, you know, it's probably about 11-ish by the time I went to sleep, but you know, but before that we took it easy. We didn't end up going to the pool or anything like that. We just set up camp and hung around here. You know, Dawn made us some wraps for dinner. I had some Vanna sausages and just a simple dinner, and that was our night. I know Dawn was stressing for a little while about the lights that weren't working, and you know, this is a perfect example of me being a total amateur. You know, it's dumb. The battery was disconnected, bottom line. You know, it runs off 12 volt and the battery was not connected. That's why we didn't have those lights, okay? You know, I checked all the fuses. I was doing all kinds of, anything I could think of, you know, save for connecting the battery. You know, and the reason I didn't think about the battery is because you know, we just replaced the battery, but when we had, you know, the old battery that was no good in there, when we hooked up at the campground, the lights worked. So I didn't think the battery was relevant, but you know, it makes sense now. Those wires need to be connected for everything to flow where it needs to for those lights to work. So that's a lesson learned. Definitely make sure that connecting the battery is going to be part of my setup here. So all right, so this campground, you know, it's okay. You know, I know Dawn's not loving it right now. We'll see how this day goes. Maybe our mind will change. It's all right. I think the check-in experience was you know, not her favorite. You know, the past few times we've had the golf cart that escorts you to your spot, you know, and you just follow them and you get there and everything's cool. And if you have any issues, you can let them know. You know, what concerns you have, but you know, that wasn't the case. You know, we got the map and she showed me where it was, and you know, I'm sure this is my fault, but you know, I'll blame the poor signage as well. You know, but I did miss the turn, so we had to circle back a few times, and it took you know, longer than that should have before we found our spot. But you know, we got there, and you know, the ground was not good. There were big roots sticking out of the ground, and really no good place for us to set up. And not only that, the people that were next to us, their cars were in our spot. I mean, like, it was clearly in our spot. You know, that's not something we want to deal with. But really, the roots we couldn't change. That we could fix, but the roots we couldn't change. So we asked for another spot, and you know, there's a tent there. The guy was fully set up at his camp with the tent, which, you know, if they escort you to your spot, you wouldn't have that problem. But you know, anyways, we got a spot. It's a good spot. This campground's actually surprisingly empty. And in a minute, I'll do some walk around and drive through, and you guys can actually see what it looks like here. And I don't know why that is. You know, being a Saturday right near the beach in the summer, I would have thought it would have been packed. I know that's been the normal state for the campgrounds to stay busy, so I don't know what this means. Maybe this is the less popular campground, or maybe the craze is cooling down with things getting back to normal. I don't know. I'm sure it's too soon to tell that, but all right. I think Dawn's gonna get up here in a little bit. Probably have a light breakfast. I don't know. We got some options today. I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but I know it's gonna involve the beach for sure. And in a little bit, I'll show you guys around the campground, like I said. All right, later. So this is what I'm talking about, guys, with the campground not being totally empty. This is It's where we're camped, and you can see we have all kinds of space around us. This is a little section, a whole little grouping of campsites, you know, unto itself. And I think there's 4 sites in this section. It's good, smooth pull through sites, and you know, it's wide open. It's just us. You know, I'll do a circle around, and you know, we have some people camping here, but you know, it's not totally packed up. I don't know if you can tell off in the distance. Straight ahead back there, there's a green roof. That's the bathhouse. Used that a few times. I've showered twice. Showered last night and showered today. Nice bathrooms, you know, good size. And I've gone there. It's been, you know, I've had them to myself, so it's worked out all right. But yeah, not nearly as packed out as I thought it would be. Alright, so we're gonna try to go get some breakfast here. We're looking for this place that we've been to before. It's called the Honeybee, something like that. It's some bee themed breakfast place. It was only open for breakfast, but we didn't see it, which is disappointing because we've liked that. It has a buffet, and I'm like Mr. Buffet, so I was excited about that. But we'll do another pass, and maybe we missed it, but otherwise we'll see what else we can find. Alright, so we're down here and we parked by the boardwalk. It's a pretty good parking lot. It's a block away from the beach. It's on 23rd Street. It's $30 for the whole day. It's right by this jungle golf, mini golf course, and over on the other side of this building I'm pointing at, that's Flipper McCoy's. It's a really cool arcade. So it's a good spot. In 30 days, 30 bucks for the whole day. That'll work for us. We're gonna find some breakfast now and then figure out what to do from there. Alright, so luckily we found this breakfast spot right across the street from the parking lot. It's called Doc Taylor's. Here's the menu. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it too hard, but there's a lot on it. And it looks pretty solid. So we do have a 45-minute wait, so we're gonna walk around and kill some time. So this is how we kill time. Alright, so we're always flexible. So we were enjoying our Bloody Marys, and they were good, and they were only $3.50. There's a lounge right next to Doc Taylor's. It's a waiting lounge, and they have a bar. So that was cool. That was nice. But we started walking around, and right at the corner, and I just left. I've returned our thing that buzzes us when it's ready. So we canceled that, because right here is the Pier 23 Restaurant and Grill. Serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've actually eaten there before, but never for breakfast. But they do have a breakfast buffet. And when we walked over here, everyone that came out told us it was really good, so we're gonna try that out instead. All right, so for being Mr. Buffet, this is embarrassing. I made a rookie mistake. I put the grits on my plate, and they took up half the plate. So this wasn't my best showing for buffet, but you know, we'll see how it tastes. All right, so we're done eating now. The food was decent. Probably would have been better quality food, honestly, if we'd waited at Doc Taylor's, but you know, honestly, if we'd waited at Doc Taylor's, we'd probably still be waiting. You know, so we had a good variety. We were in and out. And now we're just gonna walk around the boardwalk for a minute and walk it off. We got perfect weather for a beach day today. Water feels great. We saw a few big choo-choos. Having a great time. Now just walking down the boardwalk. So we had a good day at the beach, and afterwards we went back to the campground and hung out at the pool for a little while, cooled down and cleaned up a little bit and got refreshed. And now we're going to check out this Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center. So we'll see how it is. Seems pretty cool. So I always like to check out some local coffee place, so we're gonna take a look at this Three Ships Coffee Roasters here. All right, so that was tasty. It's a hot day, so we both got iced coffees and we enjoyed it. So we went ahead, you know, if we find a place we like, we try to pick up a bag of whole bean. This is called the Tiger's Whisker Grand Blend. Folks there said it was good, so gives us something to look forward to when we get home. We're gonna enjoy that. This place is on 19th Street. It's just a few blocks up from the beach, I think. So it's pretty convenient. So if you're looking for some coffee, I'd recommend that. They're Three Ships Coffee Roasters. that's a cool shop that we like, and as the name implies, it's the 17th Street Surf Shops. It's on 17th Street and I think Pacific. We go there pretty much every time we come here. Dawn got herself a t-shirt, and she treated me to a sweet tank top that's got like a dead theme to it, and a really nice pair of flips, so I'm excited for that. Keeping along the same lines of places we love, we're gonna go to another shop that we try to hit up every time we're out here. So we're finished up in there. We picked up some t-shirts. Dawn got a couple. I think she got a Cheap Trick t-shirt and the band. It's a cool band t-shirt, and it's really cool because it says the weight on the bottom, which is a good tie-in because that's the namesake for our Scamp. And myself, I got a Dwayne Allman t-shirt that I like a lot. So sweet. Moving on now. So it's time for dinner now. We're gonna stick with the buffet thing. We're gonna go to this place called Captain George's. It's a seafood buffet, and we knew we wanted seafood and didn't want to have to settle for one or two things, so we're gonna buffet it up. Took us a while to find parking. It's kind of difficult, but we did finally find street parking, and you know, it was only $5, but it took a little while to find it. But we're good to go, ready to eat. All right, so that was delicious, and I'm full. So there's a little bit of confusion there. The place we ate at was actually George's Seafood Buffet, not Captain George's. There are two seafood buffets in Virginia Beach. One's called George's, one's Captain George's. So we went to George's. We liked it. It was actually cheaper. The George's is right on the boardwalk. Captain George's is off the boardwalk. I don't know how many miles, but we're on the boardwalk, so it was a good choice. It was delicious. So now we're gonna go to what's probably my favorite place in Virginia Beach. All right, so we had a pretty full day. We had a fun day. Now it's time to head back to camp. What? Morning, guys. It's Sunday morning. It's the day of our return. Just woke up. Just got a shower in. That felt great. Last night we came home back to camp. It was another low-key night at camp. So in a minute, Dawn and I we're gonna ride up to the gas station. There's one right around the corner, and gas up, get some coffee, come back and you know, do the old load out there. It was a good trip. We stayed at the Holiday TRAV-L Park. And as it turned out, it was a pretty good campground. I think as far as camping in Virginia Beach goes, it's your best choice. You know, there's a KOA not even a mile up the street from here. I think it was about 200 for 2 nights when we looked at that, and this was, you know, 120 for 2 nights. I think is what it came out to total, something like that. But much cheaper. It's a nice woody area. You know, there are trees throughout. You know, when we drove past the KOA, when I looked over, it looked like a parking lot type deal. So, you know, I think this is nicer. Has some great amenities. You know, there's a mini golf, there's some camp store, there's an arcade, you know, there's a cafe, a little restaurant, you know, snack kind of area. Nothing crazy, but, you know, some good stuff. You know, what you'd expect probably. There's 4 pools. You know, we used one of those last night, or yesterday afternoon, and that was cool. So we're about 3 miles from Virginia Beach from here. Took about, you know, 6 minutes or so to drive out there. It's not anything crazy at all. Very convenient. Actually, there's a parking lot down on the corner of 9th and Norfolk, I think, with your pass, your hang tag that's hanging up in your car. You can park there for free. So that's a good amenity, but, you know, that's much farther on the southern side of the boardwalk, and we want to be a little more in the action, so we didn't take advantage of that, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, time to get some gas. All right, guys, that's about it for this trip. We're all packed up and hooked up and ready to head out. You know, all in all, it was a good trip. You know, our purpose in coming out here was twofold. You know, one, we wanted to visit Virginia Beach because it's a place we've liked in the past and haven't been here in a few years. And, you know, second, since we got Fanny, we were anxious just to take a proper trip, you know, just to have fun with it, and also, more importantly, probably to try it out and learn some stuff and try to figure out what we're doing here. And in both regards, I think this trip was successful. You know, we did have a good time. We enjoyed the beach, but, you know, we gained some experience here and we learned a few things. Now, a few takeaways from this. One, you know, reminder to connect the battery when I get here so that my lights work. You know, that's a point taken. Another thing I've learned is that, you know, we have a Scamp on order, you know, as you know, and Fanny does not have an air conditioner. And we originally placed the order before we got Fanny, and we put the AC on that order. You know, when we got Fanny, you know, I was sort of thinking maybe we wouldn't need it, but, you know, after this trip, I'm leaning back towards we probably ought to go ahead and get it. You know, and that's really for Dawn. You know, it's not for me. I'd hold with not having it, just because I'm a cheap guy like that. I save a couple $100, you know, but I'm you know, I don't need to be cold. I don't run hot, you know. You know, it's just my nature, I guess. But she does like it to be a certain temperature. You know, so to compensate, we had several fans running. At one point, I think she had 5 going at once, you know, just to keep her cool. And at the same time, like I said, I was fine. I was just chilling. It was all good. So it's a matter of personal preference, but just, you know, I want her to be comfortable. So we're looking at that a little harder than, you know, we were, you know, a few days ago. So, last thing I learned is to, you know, keep my cool. You know, when we got here with the thunderstorm and all that wetness, and, you know, trying to find a good spot, whatever, you know, point is, it didn't go the way I'd planned, and it got a little frustrating at first, and, you know, sort of took away from the arrival, you know. And reality is things don't go as planned, and that's the nature of the beast. So, you know, got to remember just to enjoy it, keep her cool, and just roll with those things that aren't expected. So, all right, time for us to head out. You know, scamps like us are born to camp. All right, later.